Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us. Please be advised this video may contain graphic details and high speculations. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Please do your own research to come to your own conclusions. So today I kind of wanted to go over some updates. Let me just get this going for you guys. See? There had been talks swirling around YouTube about the FBI letter that Stephen Smith's mother had written. So there's a lot of creators out there that have already come out and read the letter word for word. I'm just going to briefly talk about it. As we have discussed in previous videos, Stephen Smith had died on July 8th, 2015. Originally, Stephen's family had been told that their son was killed by gunshot when he ran out of gas. This quickly changed to a hit-and-run accident decision. Sandy, Stephen's mother, from day one, had not believed the answers she was receiving from the investigation. After some shady, questionable rumors and incidents, this caused her much concern to want to reach out and request help from FBI. She wrote a letter detailing everything that she had been told and was aware of and knew regarding the case of her son. Sandra Smith had become a lone ranger as her husband had passed soon after, where she says it was from a broken heart losing their son, Stephen. At this time, that was another reason why she sought out help elsewhere. According to the letter, the family has been told that the police investigators wanted them to stay mum on details and claim to only state the theory of a hit and run to the public. They would say their excuse was to trick and keep the killer thinking they weren't onto them. Like we have mentioned before, Randy Murdaugh, the brother of Alex, had contacted the Smith family and offered to help them pro bono as a liaison between them and the investigators on the case, of course. Eventually, after a couple of interactions, he stopped talking and returning their calls, which not only left them with fish out of water type of situation, but also left them with more concern and more questions than ever. It just obviously didn't seem right. In the letter, she continued to state reasons why it seemed more of a homicide and that he was murdered. Sandy sadly explained that his upper face side of his head was so badly beaten that they had to rebuild it with putty prior to the funeral. Stephen's twin sister, Stephanie, had been approached multiple times with rumors that Randy's nephews were involved. So that would be Buster, Paul Murdaugh. The most common rumor and story was that Buster and some friends were out smashing mailboxes and came upon Stephen and seized the opportunity to strike him with a baseball bat. The family had noticed Stephen had become slightly secretive the past couple of weeks prior, and they had been aware he had a relationship with someone that was from a prominent family and a young man who was hiding his sexuality from his family and peers. Excuse me. Now, from previous information made public, it has been said they were classmates in high school and had known each other from interaction of tutoring, where Stephen had helped Buster in the past. Oddly enough, apparently, Buster's younger brother, Paul, had a classmate that told school officials that Buster was the murderer. Soon after this happened, Paul was moved to a different and private school. Going back into details of the FBI letter, Sandra had gone on to explain that they were told they had no access to Stephen's phone and would have to send it to Apple to overwrite the security features. Sorry, guys, I'm still getting over a really bad call. They eventually found out this phone was never sent to Apple. And Stephen's mother feared that investigators close to the Murdaugh family might have already deleted data. Yeah, I'd be worried about that too. Another concern that was mentioned was that shortly after this event, Buster had changed vehicles and no longer owned the vehicle that he had at that time, which could have had traces of DNA or possible clues to Stephen's case. There also were 2 witnesses at the autopsy that were present, and neither of them made any mention of a car possibly striking Stephen. Nothing to suggest a hit and run. She continued to express her worry and need for someone who is not afraid of the Murdaugh name to take the challenge and find justice for Stephen. If you'd like to hear more about the letter word for word, check out Justin for All. He goes over the letter in close detail on his channel, and I will put a link down below in the description area to that so you guys can check him out. Now, do you guys think the Murdaughs were involved? Or if so, how do you think they were? Who do you think was involved? Tell me in the comments down below, and I'll see you in a new video real soon. Thanks.